I would like to begin by sharing a complete vision of where the world is this weekend, and we're more or less here.
Entonces, en lo que estamos un poquito preocupados,
what we're a little bit concerned
por lo que pudiera pasar y ahora que
although we're a little bit
caminamos por los
concerned about what could
autobanes
happen,
de
and now that
Europa,
we were traveling through the
empezamos a
autobahns
ver
in Europe, we
letreros como
began
este.
seeing signs like this one.
Pero lo importante a recordar es
The
que
important thing to
aunque
remember is that
esta parece ser
although
una
this
situación sin
might seem
precedentes
an
y parece que el
unprecedented
mundo se va a
situation
acabar,
and it seems that the world is
pues
about to
esta es una
end,
situación
the
que han vivido
situation has been
las personas,
experienced
las
by
especies,
people and
pues
species
una y otra vez.
time
Y
and
los que
again.
sobreviven en esto
And
no
those
son
that
los grandes y los
survive are not
poderosos,
the big and
sino
powerful, but
son los que
rather
mejor se
those who
adaptan
better
y adoptan
adapt
al
and
cambio.
adopt
Y
change.
entonces, en ese contexto,
So under this context,
pues vayamos hacia atrás
let's
5 décadas.
look backwards 5
Terminaba la
decades.
guerra de Corea.
The Korean War was
La gente de
ending.
Estados Unidos estaba construyendo
People from the United States
en
were
sus sótanos
building
lugares para protegerse
places
de
to
una
protect
posible guerra
themselves
nuclear.
against a
Parecía que se iba a acabar el
potential
mundo.
nuclear war in their
Pero había una
basements.
serie de científicos
It seemed that the world was going to end,
estaban
but there were
trabajando
some
y
mad
estaban
scientists
construyendo
who were
cositas como
working
esta.
and building little things like
Y
this
toda la
one.
gente que estaba
And
metida en el
everybody
equivalente al
who was
G20 o que
immersed
estaba
in the
pensando
equivalent to
en
the G20 or
las
who were
grandes
thinking about the
industrias,
great
el futuro de la
industries, the
economía del
future
planeta,
of the world's
pues
economy,
probablemente no se daba cuenta
didn't
de que
perhaps
había
realize that there
tres
was
gentes
there were
ciroperalocas
3
trabajando
loonies
uniendo un pedacito de
working,
vidrio
joining a
con
little
el
piece of
equivalente de un
glass with the
pedacito de
equivalent
metal.
to a little piece of metal.
Y uno pudiera decir,
And
bueno,
one
en
might
el
say,
contexto
well,
de un mundo que se acaba,
in
en
the
el contexto
context
de
of
una
a world
economía en
ending, in the
crisis,
context of
¿qué tiene que ver
an
esto
economy in
con
crisis,
cualquier
what does
cosa?
this have to do with
Pero
anything?
bueno, este es el primer
But
transistor.
this is the first
Y aunque en
transistor.
ese
This was the
momento
first
no
transistor,
parecía
and
que
although
los
at the time it
transistores
didn't
iban
seem
a
that
ser
transistors
importantes,
weren't going to be important,
la pregunta que hay que
the
hacerse
question that
hoy en
one needs
día
to ask ourselves
es, ¿qué no
today
cambió
is,
este invento? Y
what
mientras
did
toda
this
la gente
invention
que hacía
change?
política
And
se
the people
preocupaba
who
de la
were
política del momento, el
doing
mundo
policies were
cambiaba
concerned about
por este
politics of the
invento.
world, but the world actually was
Avancemos de
changing
aquí
thanks to this
unos 15 años
invention. So let's
y
move forward
pasamos
15
a
years and look at
1969.
1969.
En
In
1969,
1969,
otra vez,
once
el
again,
mundo metido
the world
en
was
una guerra fría
immersed in
que
a
se
Cold
estaba
War
calentando.
that was heating
Estamos
up.
a mitad de la guerra de Vietnam.
This is mid-Vietnam
Está
War,
surgiendo Nixon.
and Nixon
Está
is
el verano del
arising.
amor.
We
Están
have
los
the
hippies,
summer
hay
of
enormes
love,
divisiones
hippies,
políticas,
huge
hay
political
enormes
divisions,
guerras,
huge
hay enorme
wars,
violencia,
huge
hay
violence,
enorme cambio
huge
social.
social
Y otro
change.
científico loco
And another crazy
está
scientist
dibujando esto.
was drawing this.
Y otra vez la tentación
And once
hubiera
again,
sido
the temptation would have
que la
been
gente que está
for
haciendo
people who
pues, la
were
labor importante de
doing the
gobernar
very
un
important
país,
work of
de
governing a
manejar una
country,
empresa,
of managing a
pues le
company.
importa lo que está leyendo todos los días.
They
y
care
no un
about
mapa
what they
como este.
read every day, but they're
Pero
not
este
concerned
mapa
about a map
resultó
like
ser
this one.
un
But it
poquito
turns out that
importante.
this map was just a little
Este
bit
es un mapa
important.
completo
This is a
del
complete
Internet
map
en
of the Internet in
1969, en
1969. September
Y eso creció un
1969.
poquito.
And that grew just a
Entonces,
little
la
bit.
pregunta
So the
original
question,
de
the original
¿qué
question,
cambia esto?
what does this
Pues la
change?
pregunta que nos hacemos hoy en
And
día
the
es
question
más
that we
bien ¿qué no
we
cambió
ask ourselves
este
today is,
mapa?
what didn't this map
Entonces lo que
change?
vemos una y otra vez
So what we
durante las
see
épocas de
time and
crisis
again during
es que hay
times of
gente que
crisis
entiende
is that there
el
are people
cambio que
who
se está dando
understand the
y la
change that is
gente que se
occurring
adapta
and
y
people who
adopta a
adapt
ese
and
cambio.
adopt that
Es la
change.
gente que
And
sobrevive,
those are the ones
son
that
los pueblos
survive.
que sobreviven.
These are the peoples
¿Por qué
that
fue tan
survive.
importante este primer
That survive.
transistor?
What was this
Porque
first
cambió la
transistor so
manera
important?
como
Because it
transmitimos
changed
la
the way
información.
we transmit or
Cambiamos de
broadcast
escribir
information.
en
We
26
switched
letras en inglés,
from
en 29 letras en
writing in
español,
26 letters in
a
English,
empezar a
29
escribir
letters in Spanish.
en este tipo
We
de
began
idioma.
to switch and start
Si
writing
a
in this
ustedes
kind
les
of
llega a
language.
su teléfono
If
celular
you
la primera línea de
receive
código,
the first line of
van a
code in your
recibir
cell
un
phone,
mensaje
you're going to
de texto
receive a
que va a
text
decir,
message
"I
that's
love
going to
you".
say, I love you.
Si llega la segunda línea
If you
a
receive
su
the second
teléfono,
line of code
eso
to
dice,
in your
"I
cell
hate
phone
you".
that says, I hate
Entonces la
you.
diferencia entre
So
el
the
amor y el
difference
odio
between love and
es
hate,
si recibes el verde o
if you
el rosito.
receive the green or the pink.
Y créanme que va a haber
And
una
believe me,
diferencia
there's going to
importante
be a big
en la
difference
reacción de quien recibe
in the
ese
reactions
mensaje.
of those who receive
Lo que
those
es muy
messages.
importante entender
But
aquí
the important thing
es
to
que ahora,
understand here
en vez de
is that
hablar en
now,
español,
instead of speaking
en
in
inglés,
Spanish,
en
in English,
francés,
in
en
French,
chino,
in Chinese,
ahora hablamos
we
en
now
dos
speak
letritas digitales,
in two
a
digital
través de
letters,
micrófonos,
through
a través de
microphones,
teléfonos,
through
pero
telephones,
también
but
colapsamos todos los
we also
sistemas de
collapse
música,
all
todos
the
los sistemas
systems
de
of music,
fotografía, todos los
photography,
sistemas de
all
película, todos los
film
idiomas del
systems,
planeta
all languages
en
in the
ese
world
idioma.
We collapsed them into this language. And even though that didn't seem to be very important in the 1970s, when we were in another time of devaluation and another time of political complexity, this changed and changed and went on changing. And that's the speed of change. So in 1986, 6% of the information being broadcast in the world was being broadcast in a digital language. And today, more than 99% of what is being transmitted or broadcast in the world is done so in a digital language. So what happened? Well, that the peoples, the industries that understood this change early on today are the peoples that are growing 10%, the peoples who have jobs. These are the countries that have strong, solid industries, and the peoples that overlooked this change are the peoples that are growing only 2%. So while India and places like Bangalore, Silicon Valley, Taiwan, Malaysia, Korea, Singapore began to educate their children in this new language. In the greater part of Latin America, we overlooked this change. That's why we are generating the Wipros, the Microsofts, the eBays, and so on. A greater part of the world economic growth in the past 30 years occurs among people who understood this change of language. And why is this relevant or important today? Well, because once again, in the midst of an economic crisis, we're now beginning to speak a different language, this life code language. And this life code language means that every form of life is beginning to be read through genomes, to be copied through clones, and being rewritten by editing this life code. And what does this mean? It means that life is a code. And if life is a code, then one can begin to write, just as one wrote the ones and the zeros, with GCTCs. So a program like this, GCTC, is like taking an orange, dropping it to the floor. The orange drops to the floor and begins to execute a code like this one. GCTC and a root. And one code makes a stem. An A will form flowers and eventually oranges. Just like those ones and zeros say 10010, I love you, or 01110 says I hate you. If you change the code in an orange, ATCG, or change the letter, that orange becomes a mandarin, or a grapefruit, or a lemon, or an apple. If we change one of 1,000 letters, you become the person who is sitting next to you today. Why? Because the genetic difference between each one of us is just a mere, it's just changing one of every 1,000 letters. So under this context, what the youth is beginning to do during this economic crisis is to begin to operate biology in the same way we operate electronics. So the question is, can we begin to build electronic circuits with standardized parts inside cells? And if one begins to think about this, then biology lies more or less where electronics began. When we used to play with these little kits that allow you to turn on a light or shock your sister and other things, then we're at the same moment in time in terms of biology. And to use the analysis that Google uses, when you have a huge problem, you need a radical solution and a technology that will begin to break away or to divide the problems we have to generate jobs, wealth, and new industries. One of the solutions could be synthetic biology, among other things, because when you begin to program forms of life in this contest held at MIT every year, dozens and dozens and dozens of teams of youths from all over the world come in to show that how to program things in cells. Baylor University came in and programmed what's good in red wine, resveratrol, and included it in beer. Why did a university team think about this? Well, I don't know. But
El equipo de Taiwán
the Taiwan
trató de
team
diseñar un
tried to
yogur que
design
sustituyó un riñón.
something to substitute a kidney with, and the Tokyo team came in and designed a little bacteria that does not burn, does not freeze, immune to radiation, that eats water and releases oxygen. That is not extraordinarily sophisticated in terms of what other teams were doing. The German team that was there was trying to design a TV screen that operates with live cells. So, compared to that, this would not seem to be overtly ambitious, except that when you ask these kids, what is this good for? Well, if you place this bacteria in a rocket, and that rocket goes up to the pole in Mars, it begins to eat up the ice in Mars and releases oxygen. And if you go back in a couple of hundred years' time, it turns out that Mars has an oxygen atmosphere. So that little problem that they wanted to solve was how to establish a complete atmosphere on a planet. Slightly ambitious. This is already happening. This change is already occurring in the digital world and the biological world. Another group of students are designing circuits that divide by two timers, electronic components, bacteria that resolves atmosphere. This is also being exchanged in a standard way inside cells. These in-cell exchangeable parts become important because one of the companies that I founded with Craig Venter, who sequenced the human genome, and with Hamilton Smith, who won the Nobel Prize, is a company that programs cells. And this is a photograph we took last year. Why is this photo fun? Well, because we were able to change the complete genetic code of a species and exchange it for another one. So we programmed a cell so that it would become a completely different species. And that's why some people considered that this was the first form of artificial life in the planet and the scientific discovery of the year. This not only is a theoretical subject, we're applying this in programming cells to manufacture chemicals, to manufacture vaccines, to manufacture lubricants, to manufacture farming changes. We are already enlarging this project. This is our lab in La Jolla, and we just bought a small farm in the Imperial Valley. But instead of manufacturing avocados or mangoes, we're going to manufacture fuels using CO2 and solar light, and manufacture vaccines or what have you, because inasmuch as cells can be programmed, one can manufacture whatever one wants. This is how a new industry is born. This is a reason why in the New York Times magazine last Sunday, they included an article about whether this company or this project can begin to save the world in areas such as climate change. To conclude, let me explain to you my own version as to how to build these things. What we need to do as G20 in order to grow our economies, in order to transform our countries. The first thing is to understand how wealth is being generated in our times. This is the 13th economy on the planet, literally speaking, in terms of created market value. This is the most interesting place, in my mind, in the planet today. This is Vassar and Main Street in Boston, Massachusetts, in Cambridge. Why is this such an important and interesting place? Well, because these buildings that don't seem like much, when you walk inside them, they have some of the best brains on the planet. And this is what truly matters. What matters in a country is whether there are 10,000 brains or not. And these brains in this building are generating the new group of robotics, the new internet, the new artificial intelligence. You move from this building, you cross the street,
centros
and
más
you find one
grandes
of
de
the
genética del
largest
planeta,
genetic centers in the
cruzamos la
planet.
calle
You
de
cross a
aquí
street from here to there,
y está el centro,
and
el edificio más
you
grande que ha
find
hecho MIT,
the
que es donde
largest
están
building
estudiando
built by
toda la
MIT,
gente
which
que
is
tiene
where
que ver con el
everybody
cerebro.
having to do with the brain is studying. Psychologists, psychiatrists, neurosurgeons,
radiólogos, toda la
radiologists,
gente que está estudiando
everybody who is
el cerebro
studying
está en este
the human
edificio,
brain is
y
lodged in this
va uno
building.
cruzando,
And if you
y lo
cross
que empieza uno a
further,
entender
what you begin to understand is
estas
that
cosas que parecen teoría, estas
things
cosas
that
que
would seem
parecen
theoretical,
descubrimientos
things that would
aislados,
seem
es lo
isolated
único que ha
discoveries are the
generado
only
empleo en
things that
Estados
have
Unidos.
generated jobs in the
Las
United
500
States.
compañías
The
más grandes de
500
Estados
largest
Unidos
companies in the
han
United
generado
States have
empleos
generated
negativos
negative
los últimos
jobs
30
in the
años.
past 30 years.
Todo el crecimiento económico
All the
viene de
economic
compañías
growth
que empiezan
comes from
con un
companies
pequeño
that begin
descubrimiento,
with a small
con 3
discovery,
gentes,
with
con 10
3
gentes,
people,
que
10
se
people,
vuelven Google,
who become
Microsoft,
Google,
eBay,
Microsoft, eBay, Instagram.
Y les doy un segundo
And
ejemplo de
I'll
una
give you
compañía
a
que
second example of a
construimos.
company we built.
Esta es una compañía
This is a
pues, de farmacéutica.
pharmaceutical
Y el
company,
primer deal que hicimos
and the
en
first
esta
bio
compañía
we
fue
made in this company
1.1
was
mil millones de dólares por el
$1 billion
1% de la
or
propiedad
1% of the
intelectual
intellectual
de esta
property
compañía.
of the company.
Y con esta compañía
And with this
pensamos
company,
también generar
We are
pues, una
thinking
industria
about
completa.
generating an entire
Para ponerle
industry.
números,
Just to
somos
give you some
14
figures,
gentes,
there are
hemos
14 of
generado
us, and we've
más o
generated
menos
more or
dos
less
veces las patentes que
twice
genera
the number of
México
patents
en
generated by
conjunto.
Mexico